right, try it Tuesday.
A couple days from now.
Last week, what we tried, we're still eating and trying to find that tomb garlic dip. So I even called the listener line about it, saying, "Oh my God, what'd you do?
Take my money.
You've unleashed the floodgates of garlic and lemon dips."
That stuff was...
TOOM.
I
was not about it.
scoped. I brushed my teeth.
You could offer it to me for free now, and I wouldn't
I
eat it.
love it so much. I love it so much.
Kevin and Rula just too
crazy, so good,
potent.
so good.
It blew me away.
So there are some things that are a win, some things not such a
It
win.
wasn't bad, just was too...
I think it was
Overpowering.
amazing. I mean, you want to talk about lingering effects? It's that smoked Gouda and squid snack from Japan that Emily Minish brought
When
in,
you're
who loves to go to
sweating it out
Japan.
your pores the next day.
No, there's no sweating out of the squid out of your
No,
pores.
I'm talking about the garlic stuff, though.
It wasn't that bad. It's fine. It's fine. Garlic's good for your heart. Anyway, so we've had some wins and we've had some losses on Try It Tuesday. What we're going to do for Try It Tuesday today is getting pushed to Friday because it has to happen on a Friday. Why?
Well, Sam brought this idea.
I've been wanting to do this.
Late yesterday, she goes, I had an idea. I'm like, well, we don't have time to get together today,
And the men won't
Right.
recover from it.
but we'll build it up on Friday.
They need the weekend to recover from what we're
What do you
doing
want
on
us to
Friday.
do, Sam?
Right.
It's called the Watermelon Challenge, and I'm sure everybody has seen it on social media. It's been around for years, but whenever I see it, I send it to my husband. Basically, it's the gentleman, so normally the baby daddy, wears this large watermelon around their stomach, and it's saran wrapped. And then some girls even go and get melons
For their boobs.
For their boobs. So you have 2 melons on top. We can decide if we want to do that. We'll see how much we really want to invest in this.
To know what it's like to walk around as a pregnant woman, like
Yes.
you're about to give birth.
Just do
Yes,
the whole
and
show.
so you saran wrap a huge watermelon on you, and then these 2 melons, and you just have to do the show from
Like that.
6 to 10.
What? Oh, hell
Yeah.
no.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to go
No.
pee like this. You have to eat like this.
I
You
think
have
we
to
could
do
do
the
it.
Yeah.
show like
Yeah.
this because
You're doing
I
it for
am-
9 months.
I
I
know,
am-
but she chose to do that. She wanted it that way. I intentionally tried to stay flat-stomached.
This will make you feel good, Kev. You'll be like,
So,
oh.
Yeah,
it's
after
like
you're done with it, it's
step
gonna
in
be
a
like
woman's shoes
it's
who's
gonna
having
be
a
like
baby.
a weight lifted off of you.
And what's going to
Or
be
put on me.
What's going to really throw you, Kev, is how many times you hit the counter with your watermelon.
Yes,
Your belly.
You
Yeah,
really have to
yeah.
kind of like position properly.
Right.
Because my stomach is massive.
We'll have
It's
to try
like
and
the
hug each
size
other
of
and
a
see what
Sam's
that's
about
watermelon.
to
like.
give birth. She's very close to the end
I mean,
of the
I did kind of start
pregnancy.
feeling that way after the wintertime fluffing season. That's why I had to go to Planet
Yeah,
Fitness.
hybridation
Yeah,
season.
Uh-oh.
So the
So
reason
that's
we're
what I'm
doing
gonna do.
Fridays is because the guys are going to be like, "Oh my God, I had so much pain and needed 3 days to recover from
My
all
back
that back
hurts."
pain and the strain in my neck from those melons." So we thought we'd be gracious for you and not make you do it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll go to Costco. I'll get the saran wrap because they can probably get it.
Like the
I just feel like
suitcase
it's going
saran
to be
wrap.
a lot of
I would
saran
appreciate
wrap.
if you did that. You may even want to look at their watermelon there, or we can go to
But those
the
watermelons
Kroger
are
Ranners.
big.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, this baby is big.
And it's not
How
just
much
the
does that
baby,
weigh?
it's the
What are
water
they projecting?
and the
Yeah.
extra. It's not just the baby weight. It's all the fluid you're holding
How
in
much
your
you think's on
belly
there?
and all that.
It's like 15 pounds in that area. 20 pounds.
Now you got the placenta. You got all those.
Yeah, I don't know. As
You
of
know.
right now, I've gained 30 pounds.
Okay.
And so if you add the melons
And it kind of looks like it's
And then
only in your
the-
belly. Because when
Yeah.
Sam walks in front of you, you can't tell she's a pregnant
from the
person.
behind, you can't
When
see
she
it.
and
turns
then I turn
around,
around,
you're
it's
like,
like, oh, because I'm short.
Like
so
you
it's
did not put on the weight. Like your face does not look like it's retained any extra water or
That's
anything.
what.
You look,
that's
your
what
face
Mark
looks
said.
thin.
My husband, but I feel like because last pregnancy there was something wrong. There was like
No, it's the first pregnancy is the one
you.
you're
But I
very
was,
bloated
like,
towards the
swollen,
end.
Like my feet were swollen in
Yeah.
the second trimester. Like as of now, I haven't been as swollen, but I'm definitely weighing the same as I
think
did
we'll
last. So I don't know.
sweat a lot. I'm
It's weird.
just trying to look at this.
You're totally gonna
video.
sweat. It's a lot.
When you are
It's a
this
lot,
stage
Aaron.
pregnant,
I'm so excited.
you have double
Look
the
at it.
fluid and blood
That's
in
pretty
you.
funny. Have you guys seen it yet?
I sent the video in
Yeah,
our
look at
little
your phone.
group chat.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
that's a
so-
lot of saran wrap.
It's a lot of saran.
It's
So
gonna
we
be-
either do that or do we do the baby carrier? Like
You only have 2 carriers though, right?
But I thought you had one, or
Let me
is
see
yours
where
not
mine is.
sturdy?
I think I gave mine to my sister-in-law.
Okay.
I
I'll see
think
if she
saran
has
wrap
it.
is the best way to go.
Okay, so we'll do saran wrap. So just wear like a t-shirt, obviously, so we can
Yeah.
saran wrap
So
it
3
over you.
watermelons and 6 honeydews or cantaloupes.
These guys are doing lunges and trying to jump.
Well, someone
It's good
text-
exercise.
Someone texted in, why
I'm watching.
melons? Mine are little lemons. So
yeah.
maybe I can get some little
No,
lemons.
you can't do that.
We're trying to be like
You're
Sam,
gonna-
I
no,
guess.
you
You're
gotta be
like
Sam.
Sam.
If you're gonna be
But I'm
me, you're
petite.
getting...
Sam's got the augmentation on top
Yeah.
and the pregnancy on the bottom. You're going to be just like Sam.
Well,
Once again, she chose
That's
those
true.
extra
We want you to
ones.
know what it's like to be her right
we
now.
might as well just get 3 watermelons per person.
Yeah. Right?
Bragger.
Yeah. So that's going to be Friday.
I know,
Try it
girl.
Friday.
It's gross.
Watermelon challenge for the boys on the show.
Yes, it's
We'll
gonna
try
be
it.
so much
Interesting.
It's
fun.
better than doing the. We have the thing in there that shocks your body. You put the things
Oh,
on
like
there.
the pregnancy
Remember you
stimulation
did
or
that,
labor
Kit?
stimulation?
Yeah, the labor stimulator.
I just found it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, would you
I'd
rather
do the
have that,
watermelon.
Kev? Would you rather have
Yeah,
the
what you
labor
want, Kev?
stimulation the whole show?
You want to be stimulated?
That you're in labor the whole show?
You know, if it helps me get those abs back, we should do it.
No, that's not what's going to work.
We're gonna
So
put it
what?
on your
You rather
junk.
wear that the whole entire show,
And be in
or
pregnancy labor pain.
wear a watermelon?
Or I
Ryan
can
and I-
eat the watermelon
Ryan
afterwards.
and I will do the watermelon, and you can get shocked during it.
I want something I can eat. I'll take the watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be every 3 minutes you're going to have the labor
But I
pain.
want to be warm and moist. And
No, you can eat moist.
watermelon.
What, the
If you're
watermelon?
lucky.
You want the watermelon to be juicy.
Of course, watermelon's
Who
going to be
wants
moist.
dry
No, it's not gonna be
watermelon?
no,
dry.
but it's going to have our moisture on it.
How
it's
wear
not
a
gonna
shirt?
permeate
It's got a
that.
giant
shirt.
You don't eat the
eating the peel?
outside.
But something's going to happen. We're going
Yeah.
to bump it, and it's going to crack.
You're so
Think
stupid.
Oh
of
my
it. There's
God.
the casing around the red part. I don't know what you would call that. The shell.
Brine?
It's the
Yeah,
rind.
Brine or whatever
Yeah,
it's
it's about an inch thick. You think your stinky sweat is so strong it's going to permeate that?
We're going to bump into this thing and break things.
Yeah, you may. It's going to be really fun.
the
I'm very
juice all over this
excited
place.
about this, and I cannot wait to hear you complain about it.
I know one person said the winner is the person with the least dent in the watermelon. Because you forget like how much room you have to make to get around the counter.
Yeah, which way do you have to do the watermelon? Like point it
And
out
the
straight?
amount of time that
Now
I
let
hit
me
my
ask
belly
you
on the
two
door
ladies.
handle.
Have both of you,
So
you,
annoying.
Rula and Sam,
Yeah.
Yeah.
have you ever bumped your belly into
Of course.
something when walking
I
around?
just
100%.
said that. The door handle
Yeah.
all the time. I have like bruises from me nailing the door
How
handle.
about when
that
you
I
drive
just
your
don't
car?
see.
Is it hard?
Yeah, you have to
the
push the
steering
seat
wheel
back.
hit it?
Well, I can't push it too far back because Santiago's right behind me, my son, his car seat. And so I have the rotating one. So if I rotate it, I can't push my seat back. And so I have like those handles that I have to use to like jump up in the Jeep and then I like maneuver in.
I would have irrational fear at the end of the pregnancy, like I'm going to trip and fall right on this basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would have irrational fear that I would just get tripped up walking to my car and just fall forward.
I feel like you got picked the best
weird.
time to have a baby, though. Like,
Right before the summertime.
You're not
before it
going to
gets-
be
I
in
mean, it's
the
still hot,
dead of the
obviously.
summer.
Right.
at least it's like last time.
Well, he was a
Last
March baby.
Last time you were pretty
March-
good, too.
No, she had the great.
March, I
the
think,
best
is
time you
so
get pregnant
much
is having
better.
a spring baby because you're going to
Yes.
the end of summer through winter into spring.
Yeah.
That's a great time to be pregnant. I have a September baby. Hello.
That's what I'm saying.
God.
September sucks.
Went all through that. That was hot.
But March,
as
April, May,
hell.
June, that seems pretty good for Houston.
Yeah.
It's glorious in March.
It's fine.
Except for
I'm
that
just
pollen dust.
ready to be
Oh,
done.
Yeah,
yeah.
the pollen and stuff.
So Friday is going to be the watermelon challenge for the boys. on the
Watermelon
show.
challenge.
And I will say, I haven't heard you complain on the show or anything.
No,
You're just
never.
showing up,
Oh,
doing your
thanks,
job,
y'all.
kicking ass. So
Thank you. Thank you.
really
yeah.
do appreciate everything you've done.
Not trying to.
We should get you a push gift. What should we get her for a push gift, guys? Got to get
Well,
her
you
something.
hooked me up on my baby shower gift.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
this and money
watermelon.
might
She's
be a good
pushing
thing.
that wagon.
some
we got
watermelon?
her.
I did. Yes, you guys got me this baby
She got that wagon.
and it is freaking awesome.
Yeah, the problem
I-
is you've been pushing your son
And the dog.
and dog in it.
Misty
Oh,
has,
yeah.
has taken
They're gonna own it.
territory over that wagon.
I know.
Your new kid's not going
I'm
to.
gonna have to get like a 4-seater.
What's it called? The wagon? It's
Oh,
not
gosh.
the red flyer. Whatever it is. It's a wagon that's very
The
encased
radio
in safe.
flyer?
No,
No,
we
no,
won't.
no, no,
no.
It's way better.
It's so
It's like a
freaking
it's like
cool.
a fabric wagon you can put two kids in.
And this is like a knockoff one from the one that I wanted because the one I wanted was like $500. And I was
my
like, that's
God.
ridiculous because
That
it was
is.
Jeep. Jeep has a wagon. This one's called Mom Fan, FANN. And I got it off Amazon, or y'all got it off Amazon for me. But
We
I
said,
mean,
hey,
it's
you-
perfect.
You show it to us and we'll get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I was so grateful
tell me what
for.
you want.
So that's I know.
Tell me
that's
what you
I
need in your
wanted.
life.
That's all I needed. That wagon. Push some
exactly
boys
right.
in.
All right, so Try It Tuesday moves to Friday, the Watermelon Challenge,
Okay.
starting at 6 a.m. the entire show. Yes! The men of the show will
think
be wearing the
that's gonna be-
melons and
that's
the
gonna be Feel
watermelon.
It Friday.
I think Ahmad and Irvin should have to do it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
Irvin's going to be
Let's
trying to
say
film us
so.
digitally.
Let's
He'll
say
keep
so.
bumping his
I mean, how
belly into
many
the counters.
watermelons are
Oh,
we
Irvin's
going to
down
need?
too.
Everybody
We'll need
buy
a
your
lot.
melons, and I'll go to Costco and I'll get the
The saran wrap.
3 or 4 saran wraps. Don't they have major ones like the size of a?
Industrial, yeah.
Or really, do you have them at your restaurant? Can you?
You know where
borrow
I can
some?
go? I can go to Cisco to go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get them from there.
Can you?
Yeah, because I have a
Do you
membership
mind?
there for
Yeah.
the
To get the
restaurant.
Costco.
And I'll
to get
try and
the-
bring in the baby carriers just to see if anybody wants to try that. But the watermelon actually may be too big for the baby carrier.
Yeah, I think a watermelon won't fit in that thing.
You know
I
what I mean?
think we're going to need a lot of saran wrap, guys. And how
I
long
think
is it going to
so.
take to wrap
That's
you
a
guys
lot.
up? You got to get here like at 5 so we start wrapping y'all.
We can do it fast.
Or we could do it at like the 6:00 break while Roses 2 is playing.
Are we going to start like holding water in, and then we're going to pass out in the middle of the show? Because
Shut
like you
up.
can't
Start sweating?
yeah, because you can't sweat through the saran wrap.
Because I
Yeah.
passed out the other
Oh.
time.
You're just wearing
That's
it
what I'm
like
saying.
one of
Our
those.
melons are going to be.
That's what I'm saying. You get really hot.
I don't want soggy melons.
But now you know what it's like
Fine.
to be pregnant. You get hot and you're tired, your back hurts. You got to make extra space space to maneuver.
One of our texters is so annoyed by this, and your texts are really irritating me.
Well, they're right. They're right.
No,
it's
they're
going
not.
to break, and it's going to fall on the
they're like,
ground,
this
and it's going
is
to
so
get
stupid.
ants
This
and
is
gnats.
stupid.
Sticky.
We don't care about
Yep,
this.
it's gonna
Blah,
stick
blah,
out.
No, they
blah.
don't.
Well, Sam deserves something.
And the
Let's-
funny thing is, as soon as
Let
that
me have
person
fun
texts it
with
stupid, the
this.
next person's like, this is a great idea. I love that you're doing
Exactly.
this.
This is Sam's
So-
idea, so we appreciate
You know what?
it.
I hope you should come up on Friday, Mr. Stupid Texter.
Oh.
And we're going to wrap a watermelon around you.
We'll just wrap the person around a pole and leave him there.
Yeah. I'm going to watermelon your head.
Yeah, watermelon your
That
head.
was with a pretty lady.
Smashing watermelons. Like smashing
Crushing
pumpkins.
my dream.
All right, coming up next, another visitor to the show.
See,
Dave
Sam's worse
Morales
than
is
me.
back.
Rula with the text.
I know.
Well, they just
I
keep
know.
texting it.
The same person.
Especially,
gonna
especially
block you.
And Sam's filter is off now because she is done.
I'm so-
she is at the point of pregnancy where
so
do not
hot.
blank with her. She will tell you how she feels, even though she's the one that
Yeah.
says, "I'm not confrontational." Oh, watch out! The knives are
Now
out.
I am.
I'm waiting for her to give out that guy's number.
She wants to smash you like a
No, I
watermelon.
should.
Somebody wants us to add the labor simulator towards the end of the show for one of the guys. And burnt that watermelon, baby. All right. We're talking to Dave Morales in
Yeah.
studio
Hey,
next on the
Dave.
Rula and Ryan show with Eric. He's back for another visit. We'll tell you why. And Tom Cruise is here too. What?
Yep.
He brought Tom Cruise with him. What? Okay, we'll hear all about it next on the Rula and Ryan show with Eric.
More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
It's KRBE. The Rula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, my friends, we have another guest in studio today, and
Yay.
he is not a stranger to this studio. It is Dave Morales from the Backstage Experience. Used to be on KRBE, has
Yep.
been on Fox for years, and you have the syndicated show Backstage Experience where you travel the world and talk to actors about their movies.
And we produce a TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's fun. I was just saying off the air, you know, in the last 2 weeks, I've been to Paris. We did the John Krasinski movie, Natalie Portman, Fountain of Youth. It's on Apple TV Plus. It's actually
Is it
pretty
out
good.
yet?
Yeah, it's out.
Oh,
it's
it's out
fun.
now. Okay.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
Okay,
and then last week, I was in London for Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Now, is this really going to be the last Mission Impossible?
Dude,
Final,
give me this.
Final.
Give me this. Just give me this because I am so happy you asked that because I don't think it is.
It can't be.
I've seen it. It's 3 hours long. It moves really well. Get the small soda.
You recommend I watch the other ones to,
Well, you have to see that.
remember?
What
Okay.
happened?
Part one. It's the conclusion
Right.
to the last
But I mean,
movie.
like the last four. You know,
No.
I've never seen any of them, Dave. Am
You're
I going to
fine.
enjoy this one?
Yes, because Tom Cruise is on an airplane and he filmed that scene like he's on the wing of an airplane. He does his own stunts, and we have a soundbite we'll play in a second when I was with him for the last Mission Impossible in Rome. And he is incredible. To answer your question, Ryan, I don't think it's the end. And there's a couple of clues. Tom, I was in London last week with the cast, and Tom was there, but we didn't get him. I'm actually going to be with Tom this Thursday in Dallas.
Okay.
He's doing this tour.
he always
Because
goes
he
to
ain't
Dallas.
coming here.
He never goes to Houston.
I know. And it
What's
was
up with that?
Paramount Pictures called me and they were like, hey, we're going to tell you something, but you got to keep it a secret. I'm like, okay. So can you come to Dallas on the 22nd?
I wonder why.
No. And I was like, okay, but don't say anything. Well, like 30 minutes later, Tom Cruise puts it on Instagram. Hey, I'm coming to Texas. And people were like texting me like,
Oh,
dude, do you know
there
about
you
this?
go.
And then I saw a Paramount team in London and I was like, you told me to keep it a secret, but you know, like Tom Cruise, who's now the new Tom Holland, who tells everybody everything. And so like, Dave, thanks for keeping it a secret. Yeah. So Tom is coming to Texas. All right. Here are the clues. Here's what I heard in London.
Okay.
The directors just want to ride this thing because it's going to make a ton of money.
Well, I heard that he had re-signed for like 3 more pictures.
Okay. So I'm actually, when you get Tom, he does red carpets. He doesn't really do the one-on-ones. And you pretty much get one question with Tom. And if he likes it, he'll stick with you and he won't leave. So I've got my one question ready and has to do with the end of the series. But Tom came out and said something recently. I don't know if it was in South Korea or maybe it was in the UK. He said his inspiration is Harrison Ford. And as long as Harrison Ford is making movies,
Yeah, at 80 years old.
yes,
82. I think.
Indiana Jones, he just
Yeah.
made that one.
Why can't he?
Why can't he?
Sure.
And Tom, when you see this movie, he looks great.
Yeah, he doesn't look his age.
No, all the guys in the theater, including myself, were like, dude, you're making us look bad.
Yeah.
Because he has his shirt off. And
Isn't he like, he's like 62 or
yeah,
isn't he?
he looks amazing. And he still does his own stunts.
That's amazing.
Isn't that
Is it, wait, let
especially
me ask you this.
the
For
CGI?
those just tuning in, we're talking
No.
to Dave Morales from Backstage Experience. You can find Backstage Experience on Instagram, online. The stunt thing, Dave, we've
Yes.
heard that for years, and I know he very much promotes that he does his own stunts. But is it the one big stunt of the movie he
That's what
did
I was
himself, and there's like another guy that does the little like not so big ones, or is it every single stunt throughout the entire movie?
What do you think?
Funny you should ask that because we actually have Tom. When I asked him that question in Rome, do you want to roll that?
Yeah,
This
we
is
got it
Tom.
right here.
When I asked him about, again, you get him a good question, he'll stick with you. He wouldn't leave me. This was on the Spanish
You're like,
Steps
dude,
in Rome.
can you leave? I have things to do.
No, you don't say. He's
I need a
super
potty break.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, here's what Tom had to say about this. It's a good question.
I'm very thorough in preparing. So we just evaluate every step of it and how I really break it down. How do I do it so that I can accomplish it in the most competent manner? And that's what I do. I break it down piece by piece. In the same way that I just approach everything, the way that I produce movies, I just study every aspect of it. I try to anticipate all problems and be prepared because things come up. So you just want to be as prepared as possible and then just have as much knowledge as possible so that when the problems do come up, you're able to handle it. And that's what I do with this. And it's, there's split second decisions when I'm going down that ramp and going through that and everything. Like even driving one-handed through this area, it takes a lot to be able to, this is very challenging terrain to drive a car on in a very narrow wheelbase. So it was quite interesting. My friend, congratulations. Always good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Oh, that was so awesome. So that means he really hyper focuses on the one
big
Yes.
stunt.
so that if anything happens, they know how to
Remember that
pivot,
one year-
but doesn't
Well, the
didn't
last
really answer
film,
at the
He
little
broke
ones.
his ankle once. Remember, he ran and jumped off that building.
Right.
Yeah.
Caught
Oh,
himself
yeah.
and-
That was the film that I was talking about in Rome.
because he broke his.
And so what was interesting was he backed off and he showed right after we talked, he was like, yeah, this is where I was driving and this is where I did this and this. And the other reporters standing around were like, dude, what did you ask him? Like Tom is literally walking around the Spanish Steps
Geeking out.
pointing at, and I'm like, dude, I just
Well, I
asked you.
remember that last movie where
Yeah.
he jumped a motorcycle off a cliff.
Yes.
And flung himself off the motorcycle, pulled a parachute cord, and landed on top of
he
a
did
train.
That, he did that like 20 times.
Wait till you see this one.
Yeah.
He is literally on the wing of a plane, and he did it. Rula, you had a question. I just had it in my mind about.
The big stunts versus the
Does he
littles?
do all the
Oh no,
stunts?
yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
No. Do you have to see the others?
Oh yeah, do you have to see the other ones to enjoy Final Reckoning
Right,
for
you
Mission
don't.
Impossible?
There was a reporter that I was having dinner with the night before. You fly 9-10 hours and then you sit in a dark theater for 3 hours. And I was
wanna fall asleep.
no.
But I didn't.
Kevin would be sleeping. Yep.
No, I did not go to sleep. It really pulls you in. But one of the guys, he's from Collider, and he looked at me and he goes, "Hey, have you seen the last couple?" And I was, "Of course, I've covered them." And he goes, "You might want to." This is the night before the interviews. He goes, "You might want to go and rewatch them just so you know the context."
Little things.
And I said, "Dude, I'm not going to my room right now
To watch
and
6 hours of
watching-
movies.
Yeah. So you don't.
Okay.
However, if you do, and I know Ryan, you've probably seen all of them.
Yeah, I have.
If you do, it helps because there are flashbacks and references to the other Mission Impossibles.
okay.
and it helps. But if you don't, you're fine.
Remember
like
the,
Yeah.
the last
Like Final Destination. You kind of watch all those.
Yeah.
This new one, they
Oh,
said
this one's great.
They put all kinds of stuff from the
There
past.
are. It's
So it's kind of like if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. When I watch my kid, I have
Easter
kids,
eggs,
10,
yeah.
12, and 14.
Yeah.
If I've seen Shrek 2 a million times. It's my favorite Shrek of the series. And my kids don't get the jokes that I get. And it doesn't take away from the experience for them. But for me, I just enjoy a little more.
Yeah.
Like when I see like all the little jokes they make, like when the donkey falls over and says, "I'm coming, Elizabeth."
Oh, yeah.
Only somebody who ever knew the show Sanford and Son knows what that's
Yeah,
from.
it's a reference
but my
to a
kids just think
50-year-old
it's funny.
TV show.
And Dave, you are, I know you don't like to brag about this, but you're blowing up, man.
Thank you.
Your show is.
Yeah.
It's been on Houston for years
Long
now.
time.
well, it's thank you.
What, 2 years?
Yeah,
3 years?
Year and a half. We're
And a
just signing our renewals.
But
with
you're
our-
expanding
Yeah.
to
We picked up our
major cities.
21st market yesterday.
Wow.
It's in Oregon. I don't know if it's Bend or Eugene. I feel bad.
Whatever the Starbucks. The,
yeah.
But name some of the cities you're in. that
Well,
people-
we debut in Vegas this Friday with a backstage experience. We premiered in Chicago on Fox 32 last
Yeah,
week.
that's my home.
Yeah, I know. In Billy Goat Tavern.
Yeah, Billy
when I
Goat,
was
yeah.
there, I sent him a picture of that.
That's the one now, really the.
cheeseburger.
Yes, and they really do
Cheeseburger,
say that.
cheeseburger, yeah, and that's all they have.
And then we premiere in L.A. This fall
That's a
on Fox
biggie.
11.
Yeah.
Thank you. and there's a couple other
Orlando,
markets.
and you're all over the
Yeah,
place.
So you're
Orlando,
basically
Seattle.
traveling all the time, Dave Morales.
I am, but
you
it's
don't
fun.
really get to hang out in your home base here.
Yeah, but we are based in Houston, and that's what's really cool. Is I'm Houstonian I'm from here, and so the fact that we've created something that's out of Houston,
I love it.
I'm not going to leave. As you all know me, I'm not going to leave H-Town.
This is always going to be your home base.
Yes.
Dave, of all the celebrities that you've had to interview and go back and forth, who would you say that you're the most close with? Like when you walk into the room, like, hey, Dave, good to see you.
That's interesting. I don't want to brag, but there's a lot.
No, name drop. I mean, I find it fascinating.
There's a lot. I mean, every time we walk into a room, Bryan Cranston is a really good friend of ours.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's probably fun because
it happens a lot.
Yeah, you see him by two
Well,
times
also,
a
see
let
it
me
a
ask
lot.
a hybrid part to that question, because I feel like, especially since COVID, Dave, you don't have as many people in your position interviewing the stars. The
Right.
stars have absolutely pared down who's going to talk to them and who's going to see them.
You want just the best.
So if they were already familiar with you, you're already on the list.
It's and it's
Do you see the same people when you're interviewing who are also interviewing them? It's like the 4 of y'all or the 6 of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, well, you mean as far as other journalists?
Yeah.
Like the club you're in, yeah.
Yeah, we do travel around, but since we've moved up now with the show, we do. There are some that it was a very small. They're called junkets, and the
Right.
Mission one in London. There was only myself and another reporter from Chicago, Dean Richards, who's with WGN.
yeah, I've known Dean.
Yeah, Dean. But what's cool about social media is like a lot of times I'll walk in and the actors are like, "Oh, I saw you on YouTube." I mean, like our stuff is really.
Oh, that's cool.
Taken
Oh, here's,
off.
That's
here's
gonna feel
another
good.
one for
Yeah.
the everyday person who doesn't do anything entertainment regarding radio or television. There's a lot of different movie scenes where there was a celebrity in the movie being interviewed by the world media. One of the most famous scenes, I think, is from Notting Hill,
Yeah.
where Anna Scott's character, Hugh Grant is in the audience, and it's the world media in this ballroom of this hotel, and she's doing the junket.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, do you even see that kind of environment anymore? Where is a ballroom with over 100 journalists? Like, would Tom Cruise do that for this movie?
He would because he loves to work.
A con
But you
festival.
said he's more the red carpet guy, not
He's more
sitting
the
in a
red carpet.
ballroom with all the people.
No. They have what they call round tables, where like digital print.
Yeah.
And there's like 12 reporters or even more, and the actors are sitting there and they answer multiple questions.
like a sporting event when you see him
Like for the Super Bowl, the biggest one we've ever been part of was
Still
for the
lined up.
Super Bowl.
Right.
When Lady Gaga did her press junket for the halftime show, and we and the world, literally the world media was at George
Well,
R.
that was
Brown.
different. That was like
in that massive
like 500
room.
of us, remember?
Yeah.
That was,
Oh, Lord.
and they only took like 6 questions.
Remember you guys?
And I forced my way in there.
You should.
I was like, "We are from Houston. You've got to take our question. We are from Houston."
I have a question for you, Dave, too, about because Ryan and I talk about this when we interview celebrities. I like doing one-on-one.
Yeah.
But when they put 3 people in there,
It's
you
so
feel like
hard.
yeah,
so
you
Three
gotta-
celebrities.
Three of
Three
the cast.
celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You feel obligated to
You
make
gotta
sure they all
balance
get
them.
equal
Let's say you got Tom
time.
Cruise and you got like 2 people that aren't really.
Lesser.
Well, we had for Mission. I had Palm. I had Simon Pegg and Greg Tarzan Davis. He's a really good friend of ours. I met him at Top Gun, and I walked in. He goes, "Hey, man, I was hoping you were going to be here." So that's always cool.
But
that's
one
cool.
of those 3 is not.
I could no name.
If 2 of those 3 are not as well known as the one,
Right.
it is very difficult to try and give them the equal time, because the audience just wants to know about the people that we know.
Yeah, and
and you start with them. Really, honestly, you get because we get like 5, 6. It's I call it speed dating when you go into
It
these
is.
situations.
That's a good way
and
to put
there's
it.
there's timers and directors in the room, and you just have to get your most important questions in first. When I do have multiples like that, and they're grouped is what they call it. I feel like I should do a comedy show or a puppet show. Like I'm
make
on
them laugh.
stage and these celebrities are watching
What
me.
do you do when you watch something and it's really been hyped up and wow, it's a turd? Like the movie is terrible. How do you recover from that?
You do your best job. Here's something. My mom actually got me into movies
Generic
as a
words.
kid. No. But no, you're right.
Interesting.
But you appreciate what goes into making a movie, like
Yeah,
the
they work their
jobs.
butts off,
They
yeah.
really do. So you don't want to. The movies are subjective. Everybody's not going to like.
You're not there to be the Roger
Right
Ebert of the world.
Right. And I totally get that. But it's like you want to go in and be fair and just like, but there are some that,
Excruciating.
yeah, it's like, wow, this is work.
In their defense, maybe the script read really well. and they
Yeah.
acted, and the director ruined it, or the editor.
Like The Brutalist. You're thinking, okay.
The Brutalist.
3 hours. Of
I made
this.
John do that one. John Stenval, who I work with, he's in New York right now diving with sharks for another movie. I said, I'm not taking that project. So anyway.
No, you didn't care for it, or you didn't care for
Diving
the
with
movie, or-
sharks?
I didn't want to go diving with sharks.
No.
Not Dave-
What's the horror movie with
No,
sharks?
I don't know. It's I don't
horror
know.
movie.
Megalodon.
Yeah,
horror movie.
yeah.
don't know.
I
Haunted
said,
house.
John, you're going to New York this week to go dive with sharks
Sharknado.
because Dave Morales does not need to be diving with sharks.
You're hanging out with Tom Cruise in Dallas.
In Dallas, I will be with him on Thursday. But thank you all so much. I
so
love
good, man.
this. Is my station growing up. I love y'all. You sound great. I listen to you all every morning driving into Fox 26, and it's just an honor to be here with you all. Y'all are
Backstage
family.
Experience, guys. Find it on all socials and .com. Backstage Experience is all of Dave's work.
Are you going to put stuff up then right after you meet Tom again?
Oh yeah,
For
yeah,
the
yeah,
20th
yeah.
time?
Yeah. This is my real quick. Do I have a second to tell?
sure.
Tom Cruise. So he is so old school, and I loved sharing this story. It's a behind the scenes with Tom. So Paramount always emails or calls and says, "Hey, we need a bio and we need a headshot." So the first time I met Tom, Paramount, I was having lunch with my mom at some Mexican place here in Houston. There's millions of them, and Paramount calls like, "Hey, we need a bio and a headshot." I'm like, "I've been doing this for you all for years. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?"
why do you need it
So
again?
just send it. So an hour later, they call back. That was perfect. I sent it because we all have bios and stuff. So I sent it, and I go, "Let me ask you a question. Is that for who I think it's for?" And they were like, "Congratulations, you're getting Tom Cruise."
Oh, cool.
But here's the thing. And then she told me, the publicist was like, "We put them all together and give them to Tom." Tom is so old school, and that's a compliment, that I envision him sitting there with this giant binder like this on the counter, and he just flips the pages,
Learns a
and
few
he
things.
really reads them. I'm sure it's an iPad.
to know who he's going to
But he's like,
Exactly.
he sees your
That's
picture, and he's like, "Oh,
No,
I know that
when
guy."
he sees you on the carpet, I had to resend for Thursday in Dallas. Paramount was like, "Hey, send me the bio and headshot because Tom wants to look at it again." So when I see him, he looks on the floor. It'll say Dave, KRIV Houston, and then he looks down, he looks at you, and he goes, "Oh, hey, man." Like, he really knows this
And
stuff.
that's what Eric says that a lot
I've
about
only
Tom
met him
Cruise.
like one
He's
time in Dallas when he was
awesome.
doing Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
And that was
He's
called
great.
Farm Boy, and I had him moo like a cow.
Oh, that's right.
I got
That's
$100.
right. Yeah.
And-
Who
but-
put him up to
But
that?
then I met him at Turtle Creek Mansion, wherever that place
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
the mansion at Turtle Creek.
yeah, then he was there with Cameron, whatever the director
He is?
was.
Oh,
Cameron Crowe.
Russell.
Crow.
Crow.
Cameron
okay.
Crowe.
Cameron Crowe, yeah.
And he would just bring it up, and I'm like, this guy.
He's great.
You feel like you're his best friend. He's a star because
He's a real
he'll talk to you.
Hollywood
feel like you
star.
matter.
2 days
Like
ago,
how
he
we
was
were friends.
talking to the people that work at the AMC popcorn
Right.
for 15 minutes.
He's great.
And he was asked about their lives, and that just shows you this guy is a
He's awesome.
our last star.
And
He puts in the
passionate.
work. He's very passionate.
He's not about
puts in the work.
politics or anything.
And
He's
the
just-
new movie is great, so you should go see Mission
good.
Impossible.
All right, Mission
It's a summer
Impossible
movie.
Final
When's it come out?
Reckoning.
This week.
What's
Friday.
Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Friday. Yeah.
Final
So-
Reckoning.
I still
You
got
have
to see
see the other
Thunderbolts.
ones.
I'm behind. And Sinners. I got a lot to do.
Hey, man, I got some Righteous Gemstones on my app to catch up on. I don't know if I'm going to get myself in the theater, but if I do, it'll be for that. Thanks, Dave Morales.
You
You,
got it.
have a
Always
great
good
day.
to see
Happy
y'all.
travels. We can't wait to see
Congratulations, buddy.
what you have in Dallas.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all
Y'all
your
are the
success.
best. I love y'all. Your family.
Oh, you're so sweet. We love you too, Dave. Listen, coming up next, I don't know, we have some money burning in our pockets. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to say. We'll be right back on the Real and Ryan Show with Eric.
Secret sound or an even bigger jackpot.
KRBE.
All right, my friends, brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. We do it 5 times a day between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Now, I want to give you an update from yesterday. At this time yesterday, the jackpot had grown to over $2,000. And after our show is done, Sam is on till 12. She had the secret sound again. And that secret sound that lasted almost a week went for $2,000. How much?
$2,704.
Yes, $2,704. Ashlyn was the winner because we sent out a clue at 9:30 a.m.
That clue helped.
Ashlyn absolutely got it from the clue, and
Yeah.
it was automatic blinds, like your shades that come down, up and down, from Eric's bougie high rise window. So Ashlyn got
Next one, I have a
$2,704.
1924 Chateau.
So the contest is now
Oh, my God.
identify sounds of the rich.
So this one, okay. So then the very next one was very easy.
Yep.
Got it right away.
Got it
$104.
right away.
It was the blood pressure cuff, like the noise.
Oh, I know that one.
And then,
that's right.
Yeah.
I know that one well.
That's every day for
This
the last 4
one
months.
is a new one. We've had one guess on, so this is the second time it's been guessed. That's why it's worth $208.
I have no idea what this is.
For Shell Federal Credit Union. Let's get the person on the phone first and then play the secret sound. Caller 104. That's you, Yvette. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Yvette.
Hey, congratulations
You got
on being
through.
caller 104. All right, we're going to play
Thank
the sound
you.
twice through the phone line for you, and then we'll give you the wrong guess that's already been spoken, and then you guess. So here is the secret sound, Yvette. One more time. And the wrong guess that's already been given out is...
Someone thinks it's a trash can lid closing.
Aw,
and
man.
That is not correct.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay. So it's not a trash can lid, Yvette. For $208 of the secret sound, what do you think it is?
Is it someone slamming a cabinet door?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh,
Why don't you tell me what it is?
No, tell me.
Can't.
Okay, so not a trash can slamming, not a cabinet door slamming. We'll put both of those as the wrong list. You can be caller 104 again, Yvette. You got 4 more chances today, and the jackpot now grows again.
I don't know what it is.
So $312 up for grabs next time we play Secret Sound. Thank you, Yvette, for trying. Thank you for putting that on the list because now people can knock that out.
Like I said 4 more
That's
times.
not it.
Lots of guessing.
It's all brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union, the biggest jackpot we've ever given away playing this game. It's not our first time playing this game on the air with you guys, but that was the biggest one yesterday, $2,708.
Sam, you got to give that away. What was her reaction like?
She was so excited. She was like speechless. And she's like, I have to go back to work after this. She
She
was
was on
awesome.
vacation.
Yeah, we posted it on KRBE's Instagram. I'm sure on Facebook too.
Yeah, whenever somebody wins,
So it
they
was really
show
fun.
they show
Yeah.
the sound and then they show the
guest.
person's
Like you get to hear their reaction.
Yeah.
Because it's just my face. That was on the video.
My
wrong with that.
favorite part is because our show was over and
It's like,
Sam's until
can
12.
you zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, you see the video, and Kevin was leaving the studio.
Yeah, see Kevin leave.
Because here's the thing: the secret sound yesterday when it got so big, it shut down the phone lines.
Oh my God, it was
now,
a hot mess.
and it's not the first time it shut
Overload,
down
yeah.
the phone lines. It shut down the phone lines for us.
Like 4
it
times
shut down
now.
the phone lines for Sam last week, and it shut down the phone lines again. So if you watch the video of the winner, you see Kevin walking out all nonchalant, like, "What's the big deal?"
Yeah.
Because he was going back and forth to try and figure out the phone lines
that one he had his
from that room
backpack
to
on.
this one.
He had his
Yeah,
little
he
boy
was ready to
backpack. He
leave.
was ready to get the hell out.
I know, but then he came back because then he,
He
was
was
like,
helping.
"Yay, yay,
Yeah, then you could hear
yay.
him excited.
Ashlyn got it. Ashlyn got it."
Oh, because I just don't believe him. I'm like, oh,
No, he comes back.
Yeah.
No, he comes back
That was
in the
nap
end
time for
of
him.
Ashlyn's win.
I know.
So if you haven't followed us on Instagram at KRBE or anywhere you on YouTube, we have all our digital channels for you to follow us and get some behind the scenes fun. That's right.
Hey, yo. It's time for What's Going Down, in H-Town on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
You might see some big helicopters today. Harris County is going to be conducting a large-scale emergency drill. And it's
Okay.
going to be today
Where do they
through
do this at?
Friday. It involves
Please.
helicopters and first responders, multiple sites.
On your next door app, stop. Don't put it up there on the
What's
Ring
going on
app.
with
Don't put it up there. Why are all these helicopters out there? Does anyone know what's
Wait, are they
going on?
military helicopters or
Yeah,
are
so
they?
let me explain. The
Right.
training is going to
Lord.
start today at 9 a.m. It's going to run through 6 p.m. So residents can expect an increased presence of helicopters and first responders. Some of the sites, Ellington Airport, Lake Houston, Dewson Park, Bay Area Park, Eisenhower Park, and the San Jacinto River from
Lord.
Lake Houston Dam
they
to
should hire those
Highway
airplanes
90.
that have banners behind it. Say, this is only a
This is a
test.
test.
Or something like that just to let
That
us
is
know.
real, it's just a
Eric
test.
knows. So this is
I'd
going to be
probably get
going
the
on.
way, though. It'd probably cause more damage.
Well, from our friends that listen at Ellington Field, can y'all text us at 37530? Is it true that your practice airspace runs the I-10 corridor around here? Because I feel like when I've been around here at certain times, I see Blackhawks. And I've been told that this is like this kind of airspace practice area.
That makes sense over there because there's not as many. There's no.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Airports, like,
somebody from
wanna be near
Ellington
Hobby?
Field, tell me about the Blackhawks over
Right.
here at I-10 and Beltway.
Yeah.
Because that's where I've seen them
Well, I've
over
never
the
seen
mall.
that.
Over the mall.
Really?
And when the Blue Angels happened, remember during COVID, the Blue Angels did this thing for all the healthcare workers. The Blue Angels
Oh,
came
yeah,
in,
flyovers all over.
They did
Yeah.
flyovers.
No, they perform, yeah.
No, it was COVID time. They were.
It was
for the
COVID. They
nurses.
did a flyover
Oh,
for the
okay.
medical professionals of
Yeah.
Houston.
Like a
Is that what we
salute.
saw in Chicago? Was it?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, and then,
No,
so,
Chicago
and then
was
more.
we were there for the air show.
it was an air show, but the Blue Angels were part of it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
so
and then the
cool.
first time I
Yeah.
ever drove
And that
to
was
Florida
crazy.
ever,
We saw the plane, and then
Really?
you hear the sound or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
You
it
hear
was
first,
so
I can't
painful.
remember.
We were in a restaurant that had the patio doors open, and it was killing our ears.
It was really loud.
It was just like a sonic boom.
But I don't remember it during COVID for some reason.
Yeah, it was like a one-time thing, and
Do
people were like
remember that.
hating on it. There were people who liked it, and people who were trolling it.
Oh, God.
Like, really? That's what's going to make us feel better because we're trapped in our houses.
Stuff like that makes my wife, because growing up during the war in Iran,
Oh. brings up PTSD.
For
sure.
sure.
That's why she worries about
So when I
it.
see the Blue Angels, I think of my childhood because my dad was a pilot, worked for a company called Avco, and we lived literally a mile from the airstrip. And the Blue Angels would come into town like once every year, and we had this. It was like for the whole tiny little town. It was such a big deal. And
Those air shows are fun.
Oh,
I
they
drove
were.
I drove to
They were so
Destin
much
for the
fun.
first time ever 2 summers ago. And when you go in Pensacola, isn't that where the Blue Angels are? That's their home base.
Is that their home base?
I think so because there's like a museum, and we were going to try and go because my husband loves that stuff. He loves airplanes.
Would he ever go in the
fighter
plane
jet.
and do it? Like I was
Oh my
offered
God,
to-
he would have loved that.
I was supposed to do it. Remember I told you I was working for Orkin? As
Okay.
a
Throw
part-time
up
radio
there.
station. They said, you're going to be in this jet, and they're going to take you. And I was like, all right. So I took one of those motion pills that was made me dizzy.
Dramamines?
And then I
Dramamines?
my beeper went off because I didn't tell my Orkin I was going to sneak away and go do
Uh-oh.
this. And so I had to go meet this customer for his factory, and I was all,
Oh.
it was like how you
Drowsy.
I was last week.
Yeah, from the
So
from
you
the
were
Met.
deprived
I was in the
of
meeting.
that
I was in the meeting
experience.
though. I was like, I didn't know where I was. I was like,
Because you got to buy non-drowsy Dramamine, or it'll put you to
gosh.
sleep.
and then I didn't make it to the, so I never got to do
Oh,
the.
man, what an
Dramamine would
experience that would
cover
have been.
Yeah, because it wasn't the Blue Angels. It was like a
Just like a fighter
knockoff,
jet?
like
Oh.
a Timo
Fighter jet.
version.
Wow.
But if you're not used to that
Wow.
kind of like
That would've
being
been-
jostled around, I think you'd get sick.
Definitely you need a
I'd probably
Dramamine
be throwing
for
up with that.
You know what's interesting about our job? You would have
Someday.
had that experience. You would have had that story for life. And you know, Derek Shore from Houston Life, when he was doing TV, when he first started, he was young. He went down to the Titanic in that
One that
sub.
imploded.
capsule. And remember, we had him on when that one that imploded, so he could tell us that his experience of going down to the Titanic. Like, how rare is
I
that?
couldn't do that.
That he went to the Titanic
I'd rather be
because
able
it was
to
part of his
sky.
media job.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
with
part of
Derek.
your media job was you were going to go up with a faux Blue Angel.
In less than 5 seconds, space or underwater?
Space.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll go space.
Space for me. I've been trying to do the vomit comet. I got to save up my money
Same.
for it.
I think
I don't know.
I think neither.
I'm too indecisive.
Do
Like
I have to
submarines.
pick? I
yeah,
don't
submarine.
know.
You have to go way down there. Titanic
Oh, God,
or
no,
up
no,
in
no.
space.
It's gonna
Like,
hurt your ears.
Oh God! Either way,
Yeah, but
is
one's
bad,
going to hurt your
Eric.
ears, the other one's going to hurt your stomach.
but you
I
can see
feel
the
like.
Titanic. Up in space, we're just going to go up there and just.
No.
Now,
I
to be
think-
able to look down on Earth, that would be so amazing.
No, either way, it's just you're
Weightless?
trapped inside of a vessel. That's the part I
Well,
can't
if
get
you're
past.
claustrophobic, that would not be your
Yeah,
jam.
yeah.
No. But if I had to pick, I guess I have to go air because I go on airplanes all the time. I don't go on boats or cruises.
Yeah, I'm not big.
So I guess I'll go air.
Kevin would definitely go underwater.
You know it.
Looking for Aquaman.
Yeah,
20,000 leagues under the sea to see those octopus.
I still don't trust those spaceships yet. Too many. Every other one's like, oh.
There has not been like, it's been 20 years since we've had like a space fatality.
I
Well,
know. They
let's just
couldn't
knock
get
on
the.
wood and move on from that conversation so we
Yeah,
don't jinx
thank
anybody.
you.
How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Did you hear what happened on Revenge with Gabriel and Anna? 3-year relationship is over, trashing each other online. Just take examples from them to not do what they did after a breakup, and you'll hear it next on The Real and Ryan Show with Eric.